Hey everybody, how's it going? So today we finally got some new Kingdom Hearts news surrounding Dark Road, the orchestra, the Kingdom Hearts 3 soundtrack, and most importantly, Melody of Memories, which got leaked last night, and they just decided to, you know what, let's just reveal it today. But I'm very happy with this announcement. There's some awesome stuff to get into, so let's jump right into it. First off, we finally got some Kingdom Hearts on the Nintendo Switch. Now, this is such a huge step for Kingdom Hearts on Switch and also for Sora and Smash. Now, if you guys know me, if you maybe came from a recent video of mine why I think Disney wants Sora and Smash, then you would know that I am a huge advocate for Sora getting into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And this is it, guys. A new Kingdom Hearts game is coming to Nintendo Switch. This really just affirms my belief that Sora can be in Super Smash Bros. If you were ever on the fence of whether or not to get on the Sora for Smash hype train, then now is definitely the time because we know that Nintendo and Square are working together for the Kingdom Hearts series. So Melody of Memory is the 5th Kingdom Hearts game on Nintendo consoles. The last time we've had a Kingdom Hearts game on a Nintendo console was back in 2012 for the 3DS. So it's been 8 years since we've seen Kingdom Hearts on Nintendo consoles. Before today, you could have probably made an argument that Nintendo and Disney and Square aren't that close anymore. But now this just totally blows it out of the water. We know that they are still business partners and we know that they can work together, so they can make Sora for Smash happen if they want to. Now if you want to hear me talk more about the Sora for Smash discussion, I made a whole 19-minute video about it on my channel, so if you're interested to see more about that, you can check that video out. I personally believe that Sora for Smash can happen and might happen. Hopefully this is another step in the long journey we've been on to get Sora for Smash. Now moving on to the rest of the trailer. There's this really important part of the trailer that I feel like can be easily missed. It's this part right here. It says the second phase, and it showcases Kingdom Hearts 3, Union Cross and Dark Road, and finally Melody of Memory. So there's a couple ways you could look at this. One could say this means that there will be 2 games after Melody of Memory that will lead into Kingdom Hearts 4, and that makes sense. But personally, I believe there will be 1 game after Melody of Memory, and then Kingdom Hearts 4 will take that last spot and complete the second phase of the Kingdom Hearts series. My main reasoning for believing this lies in the development of Kingdom Hearts 3. In creating Kingdom Hearts 3, they had to make an entirely new engine. This means new mechanics, lighting, character models, in-game physics and technology, etc. They did all of that work, and they're going to want to use it to their advantage. So it makes a lot of sense for them to make Kingdom Hearts 4 using the game engine for Kingdom Hearts 3. This way, instead of creating a whole new engine, they could spend that time perfecting the gameplay mechanics and allowing for more areas and locations. We've seen this approach in the jump from Kingdom Hearts 1 to KH2. The 2 games didn't look very different and there wasn't a huge technological advancement, but Kingdom Hearts 2 took what Kingdom Hearts 1 did and took it to the next level and pretty much perfected it. I believe a similar situation is very likely for Kingdom Hearts 3's jump to Kingdom Hearts 4. The only thing is, however, is that the next generation of consoles is on the way. It might seem like they'll have to make a new engine to keep up with this generation of consoles, but I actually believe that they can get by with the engine they made for Kingdom Hearts 3. They'll have to do it soon though, because the PS5 is likely to go pretty crazy with the Unreal Engine 5, and it might start to outmatch the graphics of Kingdom Hearts 3. I actually think they'll be able to get by releasing Kingdom Hearts 4 in 2022, and this would be the last game of the second phase. As for the game in between Melody of Memory and Kingdom Hearts 4, it could really be anything. I'm placing my bets on a really high quality Riku focused game, since I feel like we need to see Riku's struggle and journey to save Sora. It might even be set in Shibuya right before he finds him, and that would lead perfectly into the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 4, where I believe the game will start with Sora's escape from Shibuya. So now let's take a look at Kingdom Hearts Dark Road. We just found out that it's coming out in a little bit over a week, and it seems like it's going to be a little bit of a departure from the Union Cross gacha game mechanics. Honestly, I was really hoping to see some worlds and locations that we haven't been to before, but I guess it's just going to have to be our 13th visit to Wonderland. The gameplay seems fun enough. I'm really hoping that the cards you fight with aren't exactly difficult to get. I remember in the early days of Union Cross, you had to spend a lot of money to get good medals, and it was really frustrating, so hopefully they fix that. We know in this game that Xehanort does not have the yellow eyes yet, so how and why does he get them? I think that's a really interesting part of the narrative, and it seems like they're going to put a lot of focus onto that. I'm also really hoping to see if the Master of Masters makes an appearance. The Master of Masters is likely going to be the next big villain of the saga, so it would be really cool to see how Xehanort and the Master interact with each other beyond that one scene that we saw in Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind. So now let's look at Melody of Memory. The rhythm aspect of this game seems cool. I love Kingdom Hearts music, and I think this is going to be really awesome. I do think it's a little strange that Kingdom Hearts 1 Sora is fighting final boss Xemnas. Maybe you have to unlock Sora's different outfits. If this is truly going to cover the whole series, then I'm stoked to see how they're going to integrate the later games. There's not much else to say about this part in particular, other than the fact that I can't really tell you how excited I am to get this on the Switch. Finally, Kingdom Hearts will be in some form on the go, and will join the Nintendo Switch library. I can't wait to see the box art, menu screen, listen to the Dearly Beloved, and everything else that will come with this game. The best part of this game, however, is definitely the continued story of Kingdom Hearts 3. Now personally, I really don't think that Melody of Memory will have any traditional Kingdom Hearts combat as we know it. In other words, I think the rhythm game will be the full game, and then in between we will see cutscenes of what's going on in the main story. Now it's still possible for us to get playable Kairi and such, but I'm not going to bet on it. Some people may see the Nintendo Switch logo and think to themselves that there's no way there's traditional combat because the Switch couldn't handle it, but I disagree. I think the most intense part of Kingdom Hearts 3 are the worlds themselves. There are worlds like Pirates and Scala that have so much going on that the Switch might not be able to handle it. But this is a different game, and I don't see why they can't just plop in some playable Kairi if she's in the final world, which has nothing but a skybox and a floor. Still, I think it's possible for Kingdom Hearts 3 to work on the Switch, but that's for another time in a different video. Looking into the trailer, we can see something that looks like the Ark. This is something that is highly relevant in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, so if this is the same thing, I can't wait to see what we find out about it in this game. Apprentice Xehanort then closes the door on this test tube, and we see the point of view of the person inside it. This is most likely the girl that Axel kept talking about in Kingdom Hearts 3. We know there was a girl in the castle, and Isnt and Axel would sneak in to talk to her. Yet, as I said in Kingdom Hearts 3, she just vanished one day. I hope we get a clue about what happened to her, because this is honestly a really compelling storyline. Next we see Kairi's point of view, and it shows us when she met Xehanort as a child. It's really cool to see Kairi get so much character development recently, as for so long I really felt like we haven't seen enough from her in the series. We then see the object that Sora pieced together in Kingdom Hearts Remind when saving Kairi's heart. This could indicate that this scene takes place sometime before Sora fully saves Kairi in Kingdom Hearts Remind. Furthermore, there is a hooded figure that seems to be the Master of Masters. If this really is the Master of Masters, and this scene does take place in the middle of Kingdom Hearts Remind, then that means that Kairi is the first person in the main cast, not including Xehanort and Luxu, who has come face to face with the Master of Masters. That is, unless of course they do some kind of flashback. I wouldn't be surprised if Mickey or Yen Sid know of the Master. But if Kairi really is the first person to meet him, that is so cool that she has that role in the series, and I can't wait to see their interactions. Now the trailer is getting a little bit hard to follow, but I do think that this part here is at a different part in the game. I actually believe it's the ending, because Riku is here. If Riku is in the final world, that would mean he's getting ready to be on the brink of life and death. So I believe this takes place at the end of the game. Kairi has already gone through her memories, and now Riku and Kairi are teaming up together to find some kind of way to reach Sora in the final world. But of course, they won't find him there. Finally, we see the hooded figure is about to take off his hood. Is this the Master of Masters, and are we really going to see his face? Well, I don't think it's going to come that easily. But I also think this will be the end of the game, and I think this will be a very important scene, and we'll definitely learn something new, whether it be something about the Master, or maybe it'll leave us on a cliffhanger where we don't know what happened in the scene. I have to say though, it would be so cool if Kairi was the only one to know what the Master of Masters looked like, and then maybe she forgot or something, or she couldn't describe what he looked like to the other people. That would be awesome if she actually knew, but we didn't as the audience. And for that is all I have for this trailer analysis. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There's plenty to be excited about, so if you have any interest in Kingdom Hearts, or maybe even Sora for Smash, be sure to subscribe to my channel because I will be covering both of those topics quite often. Until next time guys, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.